Welcome to Foundation Friday. The dedication and covenant of silent unity was signed on December 7th, 1892 by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, founders of the Unity movement. It is unlikely when they signed this covenant that they had any idea how far-reaching unity would be as it evolved into the church we know and love today. We invite you to join us as we explore and share some of the original ideas, teachings, and writings of the men and women who created the foundation of the Unity Church.
There. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Foundation Friday program. Today, we are going to take a look at some of the things that were said about Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore, who was actually born Mary Caroline Myrtle Page. And we're going to look at what was said about her after her passing. This and so many other resources are available to you if you'd like to look them up and study for yourselves at truthunity.net. Myrtle Fillmore passed away in October of 1931. And I found this article that was published in January 1932 in the Unity magazine. And this is titled The Passing of Myrtle Fillmore. I got a lot out of it. I hope you do too. Here we go. Myrtle Fillmore, one of the founders of Unity School of Christianity, passed on to the invisible side of life on Tuesday, October 6th. 45 years ago, medical science gave Mrs. Fillmore up to die. Through sheer faith, she set aside that death sentence and then began helping others by the exercise of that beautiful, simple faith in Christ's teachings, to which she attributed her own healing. Except for her devoted love to her family, she gave her entire time, thought, and energy to the ever-growing work of the school that grew out of her pioneer work and that of her husband, Charles Fillmore. Those who knew her intimately and to whom she had expressed a desire to make the change believed that she might have remained in the body indefinitely had she so chosen. Every phase of the change was made in divine order, as was customary with her. She closed her work at her office in Kansas City on Thursday after a day and spent writing letters, receiving callers, and helping with the regular healing work of silent unity. After leaving her office, she spent the evening in picking apples at the Unity Farm. Not long before her passing, she climbed 4 flights of stairs to reach the writer's office, where she made a sunny, smiling visit. As always, she was in the best of spirits, a characteristic that made her visits to various departments of the school a delight and a benediction. During her visit, she remarked that she wanted to make a change. That's fine. What kind of a change? I believe it would be easier for me to do the work that is ahead of me from the invisible plane, she answered. Oh, you mustn't do that. We need your help, your inspiration, your spiritual guidance here, they answered. You know that you will have that anyway, she said. We have faith in Myrtle Fillmore, faith in her clear spiritual vision, faith in her allegiance to the guidance, that presence which she so faithfully served for so long a time. We believe that she was following the guidance of that presence in making the change she chose to make. We cannot permit our love for her to be less generous than was her dear love for us. If she wished to step into the invisible, we would not have it otherwise. We would not have any personal thought of ours retard her progress or cast a shadow upon the serenity of her faith and work. Therefore, we shall carry on, striving to make our loyalty to the high principles of truth that she taught and lived so beautifully as our tribute to her. And just as we shall be very near to her, our thought and love, we know that she will be very near to us. It cannot be otherwise. Souls are near to one another, not in proportion or proximity, but by reason of their common purposes, their love for one another, and for something greater than any of them. We have faith that our common love of Christ shall keep us close to one another and to Myrtle Fillmore. In accepting this change, we do not desert the ideal of overcoming death as did Jesus by quickening the body to a fourth dimensional expression. But we are mindful that death is the last enemy to be overcome, and that we take a very big step in overcoming when we overcome the fear of death, and that there are many steps to take, many high adventures in God's glorious service before that final overcoming. We suffer it to be so in the calm assurance that life neither begins at birth nor ends at death. And in our Father's house there are many mansions, and if it were not so, he would have told us. A great man of old said that he was as a little child, not knowing how to go out or how to come in. Most of us have not yet learned to master birth and death, to make our comings and goings serenely and in order. Myrtle Fillmore had evidently made that great overcoming. She gave 7-day-a-week service to the work she loved best, and when she made up her mind to make the change, she did it beautifully and graciously, preparing her associates for that change, teaching them lovingly and sweetly as always, even in this last gesture, as was her custom. She went to her country home to spend the weekend with her family, where she quietly and peacefully lay down to rest, and serenely slipped out into the realm that lies just beyond the senses. Surely, Myrtle Fillmore must take her place with the illumined of mankind. Her life, no less than her teachings, inspired faith and courage and understanding in the lives of millions. And though the great work she established will continue to inspire others, so long as that work serves God's wise and loving purposes. Millions have risen and shall rise to call her name blessed and to reverence the dear Christ whom she taught them to serve. So that was quite an article on the passing of Myrtle Fillmore, and the teachings that she left us we still love and use in this very day, and I imagine we will for a long, long time. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was a little bit different than what we normally do, but I found it very touching and very loving. I hope you did as well. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. We are looking forward to reaching our first milestone in subscribers, and we would love for you to be a part of that. Before we go, please know you matter. You are sacred, and you are so, so very loved. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.